G'day guys, my name's Dave Tran and welcome to another Guitar Zero to Hero song tutorial. And in today's lesson, I'll be teaching you how to play I Know What You Did Last Summer by Shawn Mendes featuring Camila Cabello. So for the basics, you'll just need your guitar in standard tuning and you won't need a capo at all. Now there's 6 chord shapes that you'll need to know. And if you want to master your chords back to front, then be sure to head over to guitarzerotohero.com to pick up my free guitar ebook. So the 6 chord shapes are A minor, F, C, G, E minor, and E major. But also in the chorus, we're going to need to play bar chord variations of the A minor, the G, and the C. So let's start with the intro / verse. And we have a simple 5 chord progression that goes A minor, F, G, and C, back to G. Now this is the strumming pattern we're going to use. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, down, up. And in succession, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, down, up. And you're going to play that strumming pattern once for each chord, except for the last C and G. Both those chords are within one strumming pattern. And the point at which you change from the C to the G is going to be the third down strum of that pattern. So that goes down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, down, up. The third down strum. Down, up, down, up, down. So in total, the intro and verse will sound like this. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, down, up. But one extra thing that we need to add to the strumming pattern is palm muting. To do that, you take the fleshy bit of your palm and you lightly rest it right on the edge of the bridge. You don't want to go too far in or your chords won't even ring out at all. Right on the edge of the bridge and you get that nice muted sound. We're going to palm mute whilst we play that strumming pattern and it'll sound like this. When you're palm muting that strumming pattern, you can't really lift your strumming hand off that bridge, otherwise your strings will ring out. Which is fine, but if you want that palm muted sound, your palm needs to be basically always on the edge of that bridge to get that muted sound. If you're having trouble with the palm muting, then don't worry, it's not 100% necessary, but it sounds way better. Then we get into the pre-chorus and there's 2 lines of chords. The first line is F, then G, then A minor, and A minor again. And we're going to play that same palm muted strumming pattern for each of those chords. For the second line, we have F, G, A minor, and then we end on an E major. Now we're going to just strum that E major. There's no strumming pattern for that. All the other chords though are played for one strumming pattern. So the pre-chorus will sound like this. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, down, up. Now we get into the chorus, and this is perhaps the most difficult part of the song. And this is really going to trip up a lot of beginners because the strumming pattern is quite complex. So before we get into the real strumming pattern, I'm going to just teach you an easier one that you can use if you're a beginner. So for the chorus, the chords are basically the same as the verse. We have A minor, F, then G, then C, and G. Now for our simple strumming pattern, it will be exactly the same as what we had in the verse and the pre-chorus, except we won't be palm muting. So we have down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, down, up. And you play that once for each chord, except for the C to the G, where that G is played on the third down strum of that strumming pattern. So an easy way of playing the chorus will just sound like this. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, down, Okay, so let's get into the real strumming pattern. Now the difficult thing about this is the accents. There are going to be a lot of muted strums here, but the difficult part is going to be to know where to accent. So the strumming pattern by itself is going to be down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up. And one more time. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up. Now to play this effectively, our chords are going to stay the same, but we need to play bar chord variations of the A minor. So that's a bar chord on the 5th fret, like that, with your middle finger lifted. We have F, and then we have G. Now the G bar chord is just the same shape as F, just 2 frets up. And then we're going to play a C power chord, so just the power chord by itself, which is just your index finger on the 3rd fret of the 5th string, and then your ring and pinky on the 5th fret of the 4th and 3rd strings. So we're just going to be playing those 3 strings for the C power chord, and then we go back to the G bar chord. So those are our 5 chord shapes for this real strumming pattern. And the reason why we need to play these bar chord variations and not the open variations is because we're going to be muting in between these accents. And it's really easy to do that if you're playing a bar chord, because you can just basically lift your fingers up, have them resting on the strings, not pushing down, and you instantly have that muting sound. And then you push it down, and then instantly you've got your accents lifted up, and then you've got your mutes. For the first 3 chords, I have highlighted here in the strumming pattern where the accents need to be. All I mean by accent is that the chord needs to be played or pushed down on those highlighted strums. For all the other strums, you'll lift your fingers off the fretboard, resting them on the string still so that you get a muted sound. For the A minor, for example, it will sound like this. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up. So notice how only the highlighted strums that I have in the strumming pattern are played. Everything else is a mute, but I'm still playing the strumming pattern with my strumming hand. Nothing changes there. What you have to be conscious of is where to push down your fingers and where to lift them up. So again, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up. And one more time. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up. So I'll take a little coordinating. But the best way to do this is get familiar with the strumming pattern first with your strumming hand. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up. And just keep playing that over and over again. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up. And then train your fretting hand to know when to push down. So nothing changes with the strumming hand. It's all in the fretting hand to know when to push your fingers down and when to lift them up. So you're going to play that strumming pattern once for the A minor, once for the F, once for the G, and that will all sound like this. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up. Then for the C to the G, it's going to be a little tricky because we're going to change our accents here. The strumming pattern with this hand still remains the same. So it's down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up. That stays the same, but our accents will change. So refer to the highlighted strums here. So for the C, we're going to be playing the down and the up, the first 2 strums. And then the G will be on these other highlighted notes. So I'll go down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up. And one more time. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up. And a bit faster. If you just keep listening to how I play it and read the annotations, you'll get it eventually. Play it slow and then build it up. And in total, it should sound like this. Now at full speed, that's actually played a lot faster than that. So in the playthrough at the end of the song, If you want to play along, then I suggest hitting the settings button in your YouTube player. This only works for desktop. And then going and changing the speed to 50%. At that speed, you should be able to play along a bit easier, practice at that speed, and then work your way up to full speed once you've gotten that strumming pattern correct. But as I mentioned, you can play just the easy version if you like, and that will still work. Then we get to the post-chorus after the first chorus, and it's going to be the same chords as the verse. So A minor, F, G, and then C and G. Now the strumming pattern here is going to differ though. It's just going to be all down strums and all palm muted as well. You're going to play 8 down strums for the first 3 chords, and then for the C to the G, that's within one strumming pattern, and the point at which you change from the C to the G is on the end beat after the 2. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and in total that post-chorus will sound like this. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Second verse is the same as the first verse. Then you get another chorus, and then we go into the bridge. Now the bridge has 2 lines of chords. The first line goes F, G, A minor, and then E minor. You repeat that 5 times, and then the second line of chords is F, G, A minor, and then E major. The strumming pattern here is going to be all down strums again, so 8 down strums. If you want to spice this strumming pattern up a little, then you can add accents to this palm muted strumming pattern. The accents will be on the 1 beat, the end beat after the 2, and the 4 beat. So if we're playing A minor, for example, it will sound like this. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So when I mean accent, I mean basically play that strum a little harder, play more of the strings. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Of course, you don't have to do that though, but it gives it a lot more feel. So I'll just play the 2 lines of chords. I won't repeat the first one 5 times. I'll do that in the playthrough. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. As you work towards the ends of the bridge, you can start palm muting a little bit less and then build it up using full strums, increasing in volume until you get back into the last chorus. And the last chorus is exactly the same as the other choruses, and that's it for the song. So now I'm going to play through the whole song with a vocal backing track on top for some context. As I mentioned previously, if you want to play this at 50% speed, then in the YouTube player you can just click on the little settings icon and change the speed to 50%. This only works on desktop, but it'll definitely help in learning the song. The full speed is actually quite fast, so it might be beneficial to play it a bit slower and then work your way up.
Hands
Hope you guys have enjoyed this tutorial. Hopefully I've finally pronounced Camila Cabello correctly, but again, correct me if I'm wrong. Maybe I'll just stop doing tutorials with her name in them altogether to save me the trouble. But anyway, head over to Guitar Zero to Hero if you want to pick up my free guitar ebook. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, leave your thoughts, comments, questions, and requests below, and I'll see you next time on Guitar Zero to Hero. Cheers.